Hello, hello. I'm doing reading sprints today. And of course, gonna let people log on first. But yeah, let me know if you're already on the live. What's your time zone? What time is it for you? It is noon for me, and I have a lot of snacks to munch on because I ate like a bagel for breakfast this morning at like 9 a.m. So it's been a few hours. So I'm like, I might be snacking a little bit during this live show. But yeah, I am starting a new like reading challenge. I'm going to be doing reading romance all this week. So I'm starting off with Open Water, which I'm so excited for. I've heard nothing but good things. And I feel like a lot of you guys might agree in the chat. Let's see. Hello. Welcome. Also, is your name Autumn, or is that the aesthetic, the sad autumn reader? Is that just the fall aesthetic? I feel bad. I feel like I should be knowing people's names at this point. Hello, Catherine. It is 3 p.m. here in Pennsylvania. Nice. EST, yep, 3 p.m. over here. Hello, Bookmark Chronicles. Let's see. Hi, Mary. Oh my God, you made it to the reading sprints. I know last time you didn't make it, so how exciting. It's 3 p.m. here. East Coast. Oh, some of you guys are on the East Coast. Wow. Hello, hello. Hi, Cool Gamer. Hi, Reads with Critters. Hello. I love the all caps. Very excited. It's clearly aesthetic. I see. I was just making sure. Let's see. Hey, in Australia, 9 p.m. It's a little late, but that's fun. Some nighttime reading. Hello, welcome. Brendan, let's see. 3 p.m. here in PA2. A lot of you are from PA. That's so exciting. I lived in Pennsylvania for, I want to say 7 years, from like 4th grade, or maybe not 7 years. I feel like it was 7 years. Maybe like preschool to like 4th grade, I think. Those winters though. See, I haven't decided if I'll be reading or writing during the sprints, but my current read is House of Earth and Blood. Nice. How are you liking that read so far? So let me know in the chat too. What are you planning on reading? Very excited. I feel like since the book I'm reading is literally, wait, how many pages? It's 160 pages. I'm gonna try and see if I can finish it all today in the sprints. I'd be so excited. Let's see. Where in PA? If I can remember, what? I know I went to Winco Elementary School. I don't know what area it is. I'd have to ask my dad. I literally can't remember. We moved like every year. My parents are renters, so I've been through like I feel like 12 or some houses. So I do not remember the area. We lived in like 3 different places in PA. I have no idea. My recollection of my elementary years is like 0. Nothing. I remember nothing. Okay, starting Kingdom of Souls. Oh, nice, for my book club. Right. Okay, that's exciting. Also love, yep, hey to all the PA people. It's all right. I'm barely 40 pages in and I'm preparing myself for a slow start. Yeah, I feel like around the 70 page or 100 page mark is where like the plot actually begins, and like the whole first chunk is just a prologue for world building, or kind of like world dumping in a sense. Let's see. Ooh, I'm a Pittsburgh girl myself. Ooh. Let's see. It is 9 p.m. here in Berlin. Nice. Let's Belgium. Why did I say Berlin? I can read. I saw a B and immediately went to the first B word that I know. Reading. I can do it. See. Hi. I'm either going to finish reading Love Hypothesis, okay, book club discussion in a couple weeks, or work on reading Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. Nice. How many of you guys are a part of book clubs? I know I had my book club running for a bit and I've completely fallen off of it, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to get back into it. Now basically doing like 3 jobs at once. We'll see. But I'm interested to see how many of you guys are in book clubs and what book clubs are you a part of. And we'll start sprinting soon. Let's see. I think I'm going to read The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. Nice. I haven't heard of that. Is that a fiction book? I feel like if I haven't heard of it, it's either a fiction book or a new release, and I'm just like behind on the times. Let's see. I'm trying to finish She Who Became the Sun. I'm a little over halfway done. Nice. How are you liking that? I hear so many people rave about it. Had a burp. Excuse me. Hello from Germany. It's 9 p.m. here. Let's see how long I'll be reading. Yes, let's see. So nighttime reading, very good to help you fall asleep though and relax. I love reading before going to bed, even if it's literally like a page. It really helps me relax. But then I also find that I get into the habit of then reading makes me sleepy. It's a fun time. It's a fun time. Let's see. I need to read The House Across the Lake. Might read Book Club again. Oh, rereading is so much fun. Let's see. Currently reading the third book in the Keeper of the Lost City series. I'm trying to get through the entire series, but it's taking a while. LOL. Isn't that a really long series? And each book is like over 500 pages, even though it's middle grade. Like I feel like it's still aggressively long. I think I've seen like book box sets of it of like 6+ books, so that makes sense. Let's see. I have 4 choices. Curse of the Spectre Queen by Jenny Elder Moog, The Book Woman of Troublesome Creek, and The Summers of Lost Letters in the Library of Female History. That's a lot of options. I don't know a single one of them. So maybe you know what? The Book of Women in Troublesome Creek. That sounds interesting to me. I love when booktubers, like, there's just so many books obviously that we don't know, so it's like when we guess, it's like that title sounds interesting. It's like picking a book for its pretty cover. It's like that looks good. I'll give it a gander. Hello. Okay, reading Illuminae, Jane Eyre, and Spider-Man. Oh, what Spider-Man are you reading? Are you reading comic books or like the book adaptions? And Jane Eyre, look at you throwing in some classics. Okay, reads with critters near the large Pittsburgh area too. Nice. Oh, hello. Also from Germany, haha. I love the 2 time zones. We got Eastern Standard Time, and then we have like the Germany. I don't know what is it. Is that Central? No, that's not Central. I don't know my time zones very well. Clearly. Let's see. I'll read Pride and Prejudice and Twilight 1 if I'm having a headache. Oh. Hopefully you don't have a headache. I was asked to co-host a book club called Pages in Color. We read diverse fantasy. This is our second quarterly read. Our first was Jasmine Thorne. Nice. Cool. Okay. I think I follow them on Instagram, so that makes sense. And I also follow you on Instagram, so I feel like I've seen like posts about it. Very fun. It's very well written. I love the main character. It's going into some of the side characters now. So depth expanding. Nice. And that's the sun. She Who Became the Sun, for those who are just hopping in. Let's see. I used to be a part of a book club, but it kind of died when the founder coordinator got a promotion at work and forgot to communicate with the rest of us that she had gotten extra busy. Oh, yeah. I totally understand that. That's literally me and what happened to my book club. I feel like book clubs are such a fun idea, but there's so much work to like maintain as like the person who's like either picking the book or having to communicate with everyone. It's definitely very difficult if you're doing it alone. I feel like if you had friends, like I like the Pages in Color, it's run by a group of women. Like obviously one person might be doing more so than the others, leading and doing Instagram posts and all that stuff. A friendship book club read or like a friend group doing a book club, I think would be way easier maybe if like you rotate every month or so, someone else picks the book and it's just between like a close group of people, because yeah, having to promote things on Instagram and Twitter and things, it's like the bane of social media. I love making YouTube videos, but I hate having to promote, and like if things fall apart, it's like, oh, I didn't put enough effort into it. It's too much. It's too much work. Let's see. After 3 months of waiting for our chosen book, I realized what had happened. I'm sorry. That does suck. Oh, another Pittsburgh gal. Okay, grapes. Grapes of wrath. My English, man. Can I speak? Can I read? You'll never know. Okay, Grapes of Wrath. Summer is the only time I have the capacity to read classics. LOL. That's interesting. I think that kind of counteracts how a lot of people would read classics during the fall time and winter time just because of like the feeling and aesthetic of the time. But I love that you're like, no, summer is the only time that maybe you have extra time. So you're like, I'll deal with the classics then. I have the brain space to do it. See, I like all 3 chapters in the 3rd book of Keeper of the Lost Cities as well. I need to continue. Yeah, that's a fat series though, so I can totally understand that if you pick up one book, it might take you a very long time to get to the next. Let's see, I'm reading Spider-Man first 12 comics stories from 2001. Nice. I know my brother's been reading all of the Spider-Mans. I think he's been reading the Amazing Spider-Man series first. I know there's like literally so many timelines with Marvel. That Marvel has so much content. They've got so much. It's crazy. See, I listened to Peter Pan last night. It was a free Audible and loved it. Nice. That's so sweet. I love like actually listening to the classic stories we hear about all the time. Like obviously Peter Pan, I know from my childhood just because of Disney movies. So it's always fun to be like actually dive into the classic and love it. Let's see. I'm reading It Goes Like This. It kind of sounds like a romance title. Did anyone else get the vibe? Okay. I can't get over how beautiful your shelves are, OMG. Thank you. That means a lot because literally they're kind of a hot mess. You can start to see it. Let me try and point to the right section over here. I don't know why. Like Zoom backgrounds. I'm like, well, how do I point again? Like you can start to see the mess over here, but it really gets bad towards the bottom where I just have stacks everywhere. I've been trying to like declutter and organize my shelves. I feel like I've grown a lot as a reader since starting my booktube channel 4 years ago. So I'm really trying to figure out how to minimize my collection, control my book buying, and actually read and enjoy the books that I have. So I've been really like picking through my books and being like, do I need this? Do I need this? Could I rehome this to somebody who will love it? So it's a bit of a hot mess, and the rainbow isn't up to my standards just because I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. But thank you very much for the compliment. Rainbow bookshelves makes everything look pretty with minimal effort too. Let's see. I always try to speak English good. I know, right? It's so hard. It's so hard. Just like let's just telepathically speak or something. Okay, I will annotate The Mermaid, The Witch, and the Sea for a friend. Oh, cool. But it takes me so long to annotate, so maybe I'll start a new book instead so I can read faster. That makes sense. Annotating always slows me down so much. I read A Little Life recently and uploaded a video on that, and I decided halfway through to start annotating it. Here, let me show you. Grab. So I have all these post-it notes. I'm also a lazy person, so my annotations are real ugly. I just have these like post-it notes where I like will write down either a long thought or wait, the funniest annotation I made was definitely this one. Just a sad face. And I decided to do on post-it notes because my handwriting is ugly and my English is bad. So I will write down like half a thought. And then move on to reading because it does take a really long time to annotate. I completely agree. Let's see. I'm reading My Brilliant Friend and liking it so far. Nice. Okay. I'm thinking maybe let's do our first reading sprint starting at the 12-minute mark. Let's do a 30-minute sprint. And I do have music today. Hopefully it is ad-free. It says ad-free and it's lo-fi reading music. We'll see if it's up to the par. If you've been joining these reading sprints every week, I know a lot of you have. The struggle with finding music. I like to play music during the reading sprints just because I like to have some focused music on while I read. So let me know if you like the music. But also, if you've been here, you know it's been a struggle to find good music that doesn't have ads every 5 seconds. So we'll see. So let's do our first sprint, 30 minutes. So reading to the 45-minute mark. I'll put up a little banner and let's start the music. Let's see. Okay. Y'all let me know if it's terrible or not. And don't mind me, I will probably be eating and reading. So
The rain is raining all around and fills a field tree. Howdy, stranger. You're so
just crazy. About you.
Howdy, stranger. You're so,
Just crazy about you.
Okay, that was the 30 minutes. Finishing up our first sprint. How did everyone do? Let's see. I got 20 pages, so I got 5 chapters. A lot of these chapters in Open Water are like very, very short. So yeah, on page 20, so a good amount of the way through, at least for me. And it's so cute, but it's written in such an interesting way. Open Water, I feel like it's definitely super poetic, to the point that I'm like, he's referring to the girl as you. He's like, oh, you were thinking and you did this. So I keep forgetting that I'm like, that we're talking about this other person, and I'm like, wait, who are we talking about again? So I feel like this is a book that I'm gonna read through once, enjoy, but I think I'm gonna have to do a second read, because I don't know if I'm not smart enough to be catching on to who's what, who's where, who's grandma's past, who's what's happening. That's how I feel. Okay, let's see. Oh wait, I think this was the last comment. I watched your review on A Little Life. I am on the side of hating it. I did like your point of view and went and watched more reviews. Okay. Yeah. I know, I totally understand why some people would really, really hate A Little Life. It's definitely, I can see the divide. But I think it's an interesting discussion to have. So if you feel comfortable, let me know why you hated it. I'd love to know. I don't necessarily think I loved it. Like I said in my video, I was like, I like the conversations it brought up. I didn't enjoy, obviously, like the plot or anything. I just thought it brought up a lot of interesting thoughts that young people growing up, and then growing up into your like 40s and 50s, all these ideas of love, very interesting. It did not need to be as traumatic as it was, though. It really didn't. Oh, yay to the music. Oh, Allie. Hi, Allie. If you're reading this, oh, now would be a good time to give this live a like. Thank you. See, howdy. Oh, hello. Okay, currently on chapter 5 of Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea. So I maybe will continue that. Nice. Oh, I love this music. I'm glad you liked it. There was a few points in the music where people were talking, and I was just like, why speak? Instrumental, lo-fi reading music. Stop your talking. Me too. Is this lo-fi or chill-fi music? It is lo-fi reading music. That is what I googled. Okay, let's see. Just finished chapter 5 of The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea. The sprint. Yay. Oh, nice. Good. Let's see. 40 pages read, and I'm really enjoying it. Oh, good. So House of Breath and... What's it called? Breath and Earth, Sky and Water. There's... I don't remember the elements, but I'm glad you're liking it more. It definitely picks up after the 100-page mark. You know, sometimes fantasies just like that. Well, it depends on the author, but like sometimes it takes a decent chunk of the book to be like, okay, the plot's going finally. Let's see. 12 pages of Mutter Comics? Yay! Good. Or Mutts Comics? Let's see. Okay, 34 pages. Nice. I also read 20 pages. We are on the same wavelength. Let's see. Currently assembling some flat pack. What's a flat pack? So can't really type. Hope everyone had a good sprint. Oh, thank you. You were so kind. Okay, 8 pages of Jane Eyre. Nice. Are you a decent way through Jane Eyre? I remember I had to read Jane Eyre for school one of my years, and I loved the first like 30 pages where it talked about her young adult life, her being a kid, and then as soon as it transitioned to her being an adult woman, I was like, full stop. I don't want to read this anymore. So I'm interested. How far are you in? And are you liking Jane Eyre? Because that might be a book that I would want to revisit. I do want to read more classics. I have Pride and Prejudice. I think I'll do like a whole video on Pride and Prejudice. I think that'd be fun. Because everyone talks about Pride and Prejudice all the time. There's so many remakes of it. I've read like several retellings of Pride and Prejudice, but I have not read the book. So I also need to get into the classics more. See, I'm too anxious to read, but I got some much needed stretching done. Oh, good. Okay. That's so good. I feel like, yeah, take a breather, really relax. I don't know if this like breathing method helps anyone else, but like if I can't go to sleep or if I like am like meditating, I'll do 4 counts. So it's like 4 counts breathing in, like 1, 2, 3, 4, holding the breath for 4 counts, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then releasing 1, 2, 3, 4. It's really good to get you just center yourself. So if I ever like meditate and stuff, I'll do the 4 counts breathing, 4 counts hold, 4 counts release. And then after a while, you end up being so relaxed that you don't really need to do that anymore. I don't know if that'll help. Let's see, 15 pages of annotating Twilight. There's so much to say, haha, but it's very funny. I would love to see the annotations that you have for Twilight. I've never read Twilight. I probably will never read Twilight. I think when it first came out, I like tried to read like 13 pages of it, and I just couldn't. I couldn't get into it. So I'd love to see your annotations of it. I've seen videos of people reading Twilight and like kind of laughing at it. I understand that Twilight is mostly for fun, so hopefully you're having a fun time annotating and everything. I read about 25 pages of fine print. The fine print. Great. See, I got about 20 pages as well. The third act conflict has started. Ooh, is it a good third act conflict? Are we liking it? I'm glad we've normalized just understanding that there's always like a third act breakup or conflict. We'll see if authors in the future what they'll do to like elevate that standard, or who knows? Who knows? I got pulled away, so I missed the sprint. Ugh, I really need to get through this book. At least now I have a snack. I'm glad you have a snack. I also got a snack. Everyone should get a snack, get some coffee. I'm trying to drink it before it gets cold. I do this every reading sprint where I'll like make a fresh cup of coffee to help give me energy, and then I'll talk too much and never get to drink it. Also, Sugar Rush 24 Forever. What is the snack? What did you get? See, I felt the same way, like the music, not a fan of the talking, right? It's like don't tell me that it's raining. I can hear the rain. Why are you talking? Oh, House of Earth and Blood. Thank you. I'm like there's Breath and Sky and Earth and Blood. Okay. I probably won't remember any of that. Okay. Oh, hey Bree. Joining us. We just finished our first sprint. We're probably going to do a couple more. I have a meeting at like 3:15, so I'm probably going to have to log out in like 2 hours. We have 2 hours of sprinting to do. Let's see. It was very well written. Okay, and this is about A Little Life. So it was very well written, but the halfway point, I just so tired of Jude's self-destruction. It was bash after bash after bash from the character, and then the sudden death. So not called for. Oh my god. I completely agree. I think it was so exhausting. It took me 2 weeks to film that video because I had to take breaks. And normally I'm never like that. Normally I can finish a book within a few days, especially if I have the audiobook. I'm just sitting there enjoying it. But it's a constant bash after bash after bash. And the self-destruction is totally so difficult to get through. I mean, I do like the depiction because I feel like that is somewhat, those are people's experiences, but at the same time it's like, did we need to go on for that long? And the death, like I remember my video, I don't know if anyone else has watched that video on my channel of me reading A Little Life, but when the death happened, I was so like, just like, oh, someone died, okay, moving on. Like it just felt like something that happened just to punctuate this person's like existence with more pain, which yeah, didn't feel very authentic, felt very random. And that's why I was like not emotionally attached. I was like, okay, I don't know. So I completely agree. Let's see. I'm trying to write a paper. Ooh, yes. What paper? What are you writing? Hey Bree, I actually have a paper to write too. Why are y'all writing papers? I read 2 chapters of Kingdom of Souls and took a lunch break. Nice. Bruh, how long's your paper? Let's see. I have 120 pages left of Jane Eyre. Okay, so you're really through the story. Okay. I remember loving it in high school, so I'm rereading it to see how it holds up for me so far. I still love it. Oh, good. See, now you're motivating me to go back to Jane Eyre and like actually finish it. Let's see. I wanted to get it done before dark. How papers? How long are your papers? I'm curious. Hey. Hello. Thanks for joining. We'll start our next reading sprint probably in like 6 minutes or something at the 0-minute mark. Let's see. I read 19 pages of The Promise of Lost Things. Nice, Trinity. I'm trying to think. Promise of Lost Things. I always like to visualize the book and be like, do I know it? See. Do you have any recs for romance fantasy featuring a female MC with a visual impairment or who is blind? Let's see. That doesn't. I don't have any personal recommendations. Visual impairment. I'm so sorry. I don't have any specific recommendations for that. Let me know in the chat if anyone has any recommendations to help Bex out. Bex reads. I personally don't. I'm just starting to get more into romance as of like right now. I feel like I used to read a lot of YA fantasy and then I dived into like adult fantasy and then back into the YA contemporary. And now I'm expanding to adult fiction. So I don't have a large repertoire of romance in general. Let's see. It's my final course for grad school and right now it's 25 pages, but I still have to add 2 more chapters. Ugh. Well, it sounds like you're almost done, though, so that's great. Let's see. Jessica, you are not missing much by skipping Twilight. I read the first book and thought it was okay. The second one is where I quit the series. Yeah, I think you're not missing too much. I feel like the era in which I should have read Twilight or could have read Twilight, it has passed. Like, it was in high school where I could have had, like, a shared experience with lots of people and probably really enjoyed it. But as of late, I'm good. I don't need it. I'm not looking for that kind of literature anymore. Also, I was watching Buffy at the time and thought they were doing the vampire. Oh, I mean, probably. I'm thinking Buffy. Yeah, Buffy's vampire depiction was very interesting. Let's see. Okay, the snack is hot poppers, aka green peppers stuffed with cheese and deep fried. That sounds like a meal. I guess it's not technically a snack, lol. Yeah, I'm like, that sounds like a nice meal. The conflict itself is horrendous. Oh no. Yet sadly, I'm sure more common, realistic than it should be. Aw, that's so sad. Let's see. Hello, lovely. Just got home from work, ready to read. Now I have it to decide what to read, she says with 10x amount of books on her TBR. Yup. I'm always like that. There's always just so many books on the TBR, but luckily we'll start our next sprint in a few minutes. We'll get some reading going. See, I'm thinking either fantasy or historical romance or, a reread of Persuasion. Nice. How many of you guys watched the new Netflix movie for Persuasion? I watched it not having read Persuasion and was like, oh, this is an okay movie. I wonder why people are tearing it apart on the internet. And then I go watch the reviews and I'm like, oh, that's why. I understand now. The source material was completely different. I feel like Persuasion was definitely made for like my audience of people who are like in between Gen Z and millennial who have no concept of persuasion and just wanted a cute romance, a historical period piece romance. Yeah, but then they probably shouldn't have just called it persuasion. They could have just called it something else, but then they wouldn't have made as much money. They were probably just after the money. Loving Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sky. So far, yay. I'm glad you're enjoying it. See, Tanya Huff has a vampire fantasy that dabbles in romance, and the main character is a detective. Oh, that has a degenerative disease. Again with that English. Thank you for the rec. So Tanya Huff, a vampire fantasy series. Thank you for the recommendation. Let's see. Thinking of going with Persuasion since I've already started it. Yeah, that'd be fun. See, there's a blind super earthbender Toph from Avatar. Yes, yeah. That's a TV series, not a book, but that might be a fan fiction for her. They actually have comic books for Avatar. If you've watched the series, it continues after the series and like follows like the after effects of like ending the war. That might be interesting if you like comic books. To be specific, it's her eyes. Oh, okay. Let's see. Would you say you've been persuaded? I like the all caps. Persuaded? Let's see. I have to applaud you for that. I always love a good pun. Very good pun. We love that. Do you know when you're uploading? Oh, updating your Pango. I hopefully will be updating it next week because I do have more. I'm gonna do another unhaul. It's happening again. I'm in the unhaul phase. I'm like, let's get rid of these, or not rid. Let's rehome these books that I don't want to read right now, and I probably won't ever want to read just because my reading tastes have changed, and I also don't want to hold on to a book. I only want to hold on to books that I like gave 5 stars and would reread. I really want to get my collection, like honestly, like to 100 books or so, because I also want to travel a lot. I feel like my job as an actor, I really want to be able to get up and go. So having 300 plus books is just not the vibe anymore. And I need to control my book buying habits because I feel like I definitely did that, especially during the pandemic, just to feel better. Not a good process. So hopefully next week I'll update my Pango Books account. Let's see. Flat pack furniture. Oh, like IKEA. That makes sense. I was like, flat pack. That sounds fancy. Okay, let's do our next reading sprint. I'm thinking a 40-minute sprint. Let's do that. And we'll read to like the 40-minute mark. Hopefully get lots of pages read. Okay. And I will be playing the same music, so I apologize if they randomly say rain and things like that. Actually, I might need to back it up a bit. Okay, let's start reading.
Howdy, stranger. You're so
Just crazy. About you.
The rain is raining all around. So we feel the dream. It
Howdy, stranger. You're so
Just crazy. About you.
Okay, that ends our reading sprint. How did everyone do? Let's see, my alarm hasn't rung yet, but let's see. I also started underlining some dope lines in Open Water because it's definitely super, super poetic. And I'm like, yo, Magic, this line is so good. Okay, so I got to page, I think, 42. I got a little distracted during this last sprint. But, read 22 pages, still reading, still enjoying Open Water very, very much. It's very cute. Let's see, where did I leave off last? Oh, there's the alarm. Let's see. Oh, Allie, I may disappear and watch Love Island. No disrespect, go do it. Go enjoy it. I made a book buying band bingo board for myself. Ooh, it really helped. It's like a readathon, so you don't buy hundreds of books. That's really cool. That's super smart. Let's see. I talked with a friend while he is waiting for his flight and then showered because I have to pick him up in an hour, lol. Sounds like you busy, which is a shame. Not able to relax. Oof. Even if it's old AF, Pride and Prejudice is less problematic than Twilight. That's saying a lot. Wow. Okay, let's see. The voice interruptions, part of the music. Yeah, it was a part of the music. I don't know why they have. It's like instrumental lo-fi hip hop. Why are you talking? Always makes me angry. Let's see. I'm back. Had a plant emergency. Oh no. And went to grab some food and then found out my succulent was knocked over and had to find a new pot to put them in. Hopefully the succulent made it through and it's okay. I know they're very resilient plants. Oh, let's see. I read 36 pages. I'm on page 118 total. I'm upset that I didn't pick this book up sooner. I'm loving it. Oh, yay. I'm glad you're loving it. I feel like I know Sarah J. Maas is a very like controversial author and stuff, but I really liked Crescent City. It's just like a fun fantasy. If you're looking for really fun fantasy, I recommend Crescent City, especially if you like. I like detailed oriented stories where you're like giving me a lot of detail. It makes me care for the character a lot, and I feel like yeah, when you have 1,000-page book, yeah, it's gonna give me all the detail I want. Hee hee hee. Let's see. There was less talking this time, so that's good. Just a little bit. I'll have to play something else because yeah, it has 3 minutes left in the little lo-fi music that I picked. Let's see, where did I leave off? Okay, 8 pages of Illuminae and 12 minutes of a Fruit Baskets episode. Nice. Are you watching the classic or are you watching the reboot? See, I want to read about 30. Oh, I read about 30 pages and I feel like I'm getting close to the 75% breakup drama in romance books, which I usually don't like. Yep. The third act breakup. Hopefully the book does it well. You will be the judge of that and you will let us know if you're like, nope, that was not fun. So you just joined in. Oh, hi Kate, welcome. Everyone's an alien when you're an alien too. I read Open Water on audio and it's definitely a book I need to reread and really soak in. Yes, that's how I'm feeling about Open Water. It's definitely I like trying to take my time and let it soak in. It is also talking about grief because our main protagonist lost his grandmother recently and he's kind of lost his faith because of that. So that was very interesting, but it's sprinkled in a way like I feel like the author talks in a lot of metaphors and a lot of flowery language. So I didn't even realize I'm like, oh wait, his grandmother just passed away. Oh damn. Like I had to read it back because I feel like big ideas will be dropped in like a sentence and then we move on really quickly. And obviously it's a very short book. So I was like, ooh, I definitely think this is going to be a good book to reread. And it's obviously written so beautifully. Let's see. Read 28 pages. Nice. Let's see, Ashley, I started mid-sprint, but did 18 pages of no exit. Nice. If you're playing lo-fi music, I highly recommend the channel Fear Dog. I will check that out for sure. I think I can do maybe one more longer sprint before I have to go. So I'll definitely check out that channel then. Let's see. Another 2 chapters into Kingdom of Souls, but switching to a romance novella. Ooh. Let us know what novella you end up picking up. Have to jump off, but I had fun. Oh, bye, Mary. I got 3.5 chapters into A Summer of Lost Letters, and I'm really enjoying this book about a girl looking for her grandma into her grandma's past. Oh, that's so sweet. I'm glad you're liking it. Let's see. Productively play Fishdom. I mean, yes, you needed to relax. I hope it successfully made you relax. So that's all you need. The reading sprints, I mean, they're called reading sprints, but they're really just whatever you want sprints. That's what they should be called. They doesn't roll off the tongue as nice. Let's see. All right, 50 pages. I'm getting close to halfway through the book, and some really interesting stuff is happening. Yeah. Oh, wait, Sugar Rush. Remind me of what you were reading again. I always forget. Let's see. MJ, just joining. Hello. Having trouble focusing on one book. I keep jumping between Home Fire and The Beard of the Devil Keen and Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. Interesting. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, it's hard to commit to one book if you're not really feeling it. So it might just be you're not reading the right book or sometimes I love doing my own personal reading sprints. I have a little Pomodoro. I'll put it for 10 minutes and start reading. And sometimes it's just sitting down and just starting it is always the hardest part. So maybe you're just not far enough into the book and you have to allow yourself some time just be patient with yourself. It's cool. It's totally okay to read a bunch of books. I'm always in the middle of like a bazillion books. See, I struggled with the writing style of Open Water. Oh, the third tense, if I remember correctly. I completely feel what you're saying. I am also slightly struggling with it. When he says you and he's referring to himself, I constantly think he's saying you and he's referring to the girl, but it's not. So I completely understand that it's like it throws me. It definitely throws me, and I think that's why it's taking a bit longer to read. But everything else is beautiful about it. But I totally agree that the third person it is definitely pretty difficult to get into. Yeah. Let's see. The novella is called Sugar Butter Flower Love. Oh, how cute. It's on Kindle Unlimited. The main character is in a baking competition. Oh, I love how many romantic books have been having like cooking themes. I love a good baking like themed book. Even though I don't bake at all. Maybe that's why I appreciate it. Yeah, that's me. I'm reading 5 different books. Oh, right now. That's so funny. Yep. The never-ending TBR, all the books. See, I'm reading. Keeper of the Lost Cities. Thank you. Okay, I'm reading. Yeah, third book. Let's see, and I'm watching the OG Fruit Baskets. Yes, I'll be the one to say it. I like the OG Fruit Baskets more than the reboot. It's just how it is. I never read the mangas, and I'm definitely a shoujo girl. I love me some romance, and I feel like the reboot of Fruit Baskets focused more on the plot that was in the mangas, and it's just way more depressing and sad than the OG Fruit Basket anime. I feel like there was a lot more hope and joy and cuteness, and I feel like the reboot definitely focused a lot on the sad stuff, and I'm like, I want romance, I want hope and happiness. Let's see. Yeah, Open Water is written in true second-person narrative. Oh, true second-person narrator, where you as the reader are the main character. Yes. Yeah, and the omniscient narrator is narrating your story. It's definitely a tricky headspace to read. Completely agree. It's very tricky because I have to keep reminding myself when he says you, it's me. And I'm like, and then there'll be text where it's like she says and someone's saying a story, and I'm like, is this her talking? And then there'll be a section that's like your story and you're speaking, and it's like, okay, this is the guy's perspective. I at least once a chapter I'm like, who's talking, what's happening? Tricky headspace. But I kind of just, if I'm being honest, I'm just like, okay, just remember that this is the guy's story and keep going. Is all I have to keep reminding myself. It's like, okay, when it says you're in the kitchen and you're doing this and that, it's like, okay, I'm in the dude's apartment and we're cooking and doing stuff. So I just like power through and will myself to remember that we're following this guy. And it only throws me when it starts to talk about the girl's perspective, and then I have to be like, she reframe my brain real quickly. But luckily, the flowery writing and the prose really help. And I think like it's also very cute because they'll like we'll throw in like musical references and also some lines of like, how you feeling? You feeling okay? Which always just kind of makes me laugh a little bit because it's like, all this flowery, pretty aesthetic writing, and then like, how you doing, kid? What's going on? What's happening? Just like the dialogue being very natural and fun is also could be considered jarring, but I think very funny. Let's see. I read too much reader incest stories. Oh gosh, to be confused by that. No, reader insert. I said incest. Wow, I can't read. Reader insert stories to be confused by that. Finally, my time has come. My time has come. I love how you phrase that. I don't think I've ever read. Have I read any reader insert stories? I don't think I've read any. Let's see. Yes, this anime is quite funny and sweet and uplifting. I understand that the reboot leans more towards the tragic angle. Exactly. And I don't appreciate it, but obviously I'm one person, so it's fine as long as most people enjoy it. So I'm reading Writers and Lovers at the moment with a spicy margarita. Nice. Not 100% sure on it yet, but interested to see how it goes. Has anyone read it? Has anyone read Writers and Lovers? Who's the author for that, if you don't mind me asking? This kind of sounds like a romance. Let's see. For the fruit basket stuff, I mean, at least there will be an ending. You'll see healing, so at least that's worth it. Yes. That's the benefit to the reboot, is that you actually get a full story. As someone who watches lots of anime, I hate it, I get filled with hate when they give a show 12 episodes or 24 episodes and then just cut it off. And like, you didn't want to wrap that up at all. You didn't want to finish this at all. So I feel like reboots are definitely going to be happening for a lot of those classic series. Like, I'm really excited for Ouran Host Club and Skip Beat to hopefully have reboots. Because how can you have a manga series that has like over 20 volumes, but we only got like 12 episodes for the anime? Me yelling about anime right now. I should stop. Okay, Lily King. Oh, the author. Lily King, Writers and Lovers. It's a contemporary. I've never heard of it. See, I have not read Writers and Lover, but I really love the cover. That's also how I'd be remembering books. I'm just like, ooh, the cover is cute. Add to cart. Just kidding. I'm trying not to do that anymore. But I'm gonna look at it at Goodreads. I can speak English. Say Readers and Lovers. Lily King. Oh, that is a pretty cover. Looks like a painting. Following the breakout success of her critically acclaimed unforgiving portrayal of an artist of a young woman blindsided by her mother's sudden death. Ooh. It's always interesting going on Goodreads and seeing like someone rate something 1 star and then the next one be like 5 star. It's always funny. It's like everyone likes different things. Let's see, I haven't watched Skip Beat in years. Yeah, I haven't watched it in years. But I saw that a lot of the mangas became available through my library, and I was like, should I just commit to reading more of the volumes? Because I think I want to do that with Ouran Host Club and Skip Beat, so I can know the ending of the story. But they're both very long series, and they were published not super long ago, but they were published long ago enough that the art style of the mangas is very like classic manga, and I don't like the classic manga look. I like more modern, like where it's like really pretty and like so art. There's some artists, some mangas where it looks so pretty. My favorite manga series of all time is Yona of the Dawn. I have 1 volume out of 31. I normally get it from my library. It is it's drawn so pretty and the story is so good. Let's see. I heard it was because they never gave permission for there to be a season 2 in the US. Yes, I think for most of the mangas the animes that I was mentioning, they did not get approved for a season 2. But it's crazy to me because like the manga series are so successful. I would imagine the animes are successful, and maybe it's just because in the US they weren't successful enough, which is just very sad. And I need everyone to support because we deserve better. Let's see. Have you watched the anime Erase? It's so good. Not the movie or the live action version, but the miniseries. Okay, I saw the movie, so I don't know the miniseries you're talking about, but I will definitely check it out if you recommend. But I do like romance. Erase sounds a little psycho thrillery, so I don't know. If it has some romance, I'll definitely check it out. I don't know why I love romance. Give me a rom-com, a basic ass rom-com with some simple tropes, and I'm all over it. Let's see. Brought back the manga and the anime for a continuance on the series, and it's been 4 years since the first season aired. Yeah, that's how it is with the animes. I feel like the only animes I hear people talking about are like One Piece and Naruto. Those or I guess My Hero Academia is getting really popular now too in the States. So I feel like a lot of those like action based animes get picked up easier, whereas I feel like some cuter ones, some more like romance heavy ones, they don't get picked up, which is so sad. 4 years later and you're still waiting for season 2. See, I have to give major props to the OG Full Metal Alchemist. Oh yes, I've watched the original, like yeah, Full Metal Alchemist. I haven't seen Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I definitely should though. Actually giving their story an ending despite the manga not being finished yet. The commitment. They were like, we got to do what we got to do. I'm thankful that I got an ending from Chobits. Oh yeah, in both the anime and the manga form. I think they finished it within the first season, right? They were able to do, or 2 seasons. I think they did like 24 episodes. Some of them know that they're like, we're not going to get too many episodes. We're going to power through the whole story in 12 to 25 episodes. So Erased is a series on HBO. It's definitely a thriller. That's what I was thinking. But the relationships are the key parts of the story, I'd say. Maybe not straight up romance, but the romance and friendship aspects. Ooh. Let's see. Also, controversial opinion. I prefer the fruit baskets in English class versus Japanese. Something I don't say often outside of Cowboy Bebop. There are some where you have to listen to the English dub sometimes instead of the Japanese, or vice versa. I agree. It happens. Sometimes it's just, and it might be me or just personal taste. Some voice actors, it's like, ooh, that I didn't enjoy your interpretation. I feel like, what was it? Sailor Moon, not the crystal one, but the original Sailor Moon. I don't like listening to the Japanese version. I like listening to the English dub because the character in Japanese, it's just the voice doesn't, like, I don't know why, it doesn't ring true to me. So I always watch it in English. But then like the voice actor changes like 50 episodes in and I just give up. So I've never seen the end of Sailor Moon and I probably won't because I'm just like, this is too much commitment. Let's see. Has anyone read Tasu? I can't say that. I'm so sorry. They actually finished it, but no one understands the ending. Not sure which is worse. I think that has to be worse, to get the opportunity to get an ending, but then no one understands the ending is pretty bad. Whereas, like, if you're longing for an ending, that's a good thing. You know, like, oh, I wish the story had an ending because I like these characters so much. My opinion. Some people might disagree. Like, give me the ending even if it doesn't make sense. Some people might roll that way. But that's really funny. I really want to watch the anime Cowboy Bebop. Another one I can't remember the name of. Banana something. But I just haven't taken up the time to do it yet. I haven't watched Cowboy Bebop. I'm so bad at watching any action anime. I'm a romance girl. It's actually the last, not anime that I watched, but the last like cartoon or animated series I watched was Invincible. I finally got to watching Invincible on HBO. So good. So incredibly good. And it's action based. Like not too heavy on the romance, that's a subplot. But I think because the whole plot of like that, the team getting murdered, which isn't a spoiler, happens in the first episode, and figuring out why, it's very good. That's like the only action that I think I'm gonna maybe watch Young Justice after. But like I've been reading lots of manga, watching lots of anime and cartoons lately, and I'm so happy about it. See, OMG, I didn't even consider that as ace rep. Oh yeah, Chobits as ace rep. That's what I didn't mean to skip that comment. Let's see. As ace rep must be why I love it so much. Now I need to reread it. I didn't realize it was considered ace rep too, but I feel like there's so many things now in like literature and TV that I look back on. I'm like, oh, that's ace representation. How cool. Like in A Little Life, Malcolm's character line about how he didn't really want a romantic relationship, how he didn't want kids. I was like, bro, are you aromantic? Let's talk about it. Let's dive in. We love. Okay, let's see. I could gush about Chobits and she being ace for so long, lol. Aw. Let's see. Red Sailor Moon manga, it's only 12 volumes. Whoa, it's only 12 volumes. They adapted it so well to the anime that you wouldn't be missing too much of the story. That's crazy. How is it only 12 volumes? Why did I think it was going to be like 37? Oh my god. Okay. Let me see. If anyone has any other questions, we can talk about it. Otherwise, I think we could start our next reading sprint, which I think will be our last. The snack on my apple. Because I have a meeting at 3. So I'm thinking we can do like a 45-minute sprint. Nice long sprint. Maybe reading to the 15-minute mark. Nancy Sailor Moon is breakneck speed. Is that why it's in 12 volumes? They just, every chapter we're flying through villains. That's so funny. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Let's start our next reading sprint. But I'm going to go to, what was the channel they recommended? Was it, I'm looking for the recommendation for lo-fi music. Fear Dog. Okay, let's test it out right now. Fear Dog. Lo-fi. But is it ad-free? Popcorn. Juicy. Happy. I wish you guys could see what I'm looking at. I probably sound crazy. I'm so sorry. Okay, let's try rainy. That kind of matches the vibe of the other one. And of course, nice loud ad to start off the viewing experience. Let's see. Ooh, underlining some dope lines. Nice, nice. I'm also underlining lines in mine. We love to see it. Okay, let's start reading to the 50-minute mark. Our last reading sprint. Let's go. Okay, that ends our sprint. Let's see, how many pages? I got to page 72. Let's see, I know someone asked me how I'm liking open water. Let's see. I am loving it. I feel like I personally connect with this scenario very much. Very funny. Basically these two people kind of like fall in like with each other, or they become infatuated with each other. But she had a boyfriend at the time, and then they started to hang out more and more outside of, like, it wasn't with the three of them, it was just the two of them. And it started to get a little awkward, and then she ended up breaking up with him, and now they don't want to like get together because it'll get complicated. So the plot is interesting, but I also I'm very much enjoying how it's written. I think at first it was a little hard to understand like the two-person narrative, but now I'm like fully in it, and we haven't thrown any added layers of she says plot lines, he says plot lines, which I think confused me a little bit in the beginning. So it's getting more consistent, and I'm following along way better with the narrative voice. I'm enjoying it. But y'all, let me know, how much did you end up reading for today's sprint? I'd love to hear it if you're liking the read. And then I think, let's see. Do you end up buying the physical book too sometimes because the ebook or audiobook was so good? Yes, I definitely do that. I think I did that when I was in college. I would get books from the library all the time. I actually read Dear Martin by Nick Stone and Piecing Me Together by Renee Watson through the library. Yo, those books changed me. I felt so seen. So I immediately purchased copies. So yeah. Let's see, you have 3 versions of Raybearer, nice, and Parable of Sorrow by Octavia Butler. Nice. I think the only book I have multiple copies of is Red Queen and Fangirl. So I totally get that if you like really love a book. Let's see. Only 12 volumes. Catch up with Hunter x Hunter. I love that. I haven't watched Hunter x Hunter. Let me know if you'd recommend. I also feel like that's an actiony one. Yep, the original series is only 12, so much shorter than most. There is no downtime. I think a lot of the B-plot were added into the series. That makes sense. Yeah, because there's literally like hundreds of episodes for Sailor Moon. Thanks for the sprints. Hopping off, starting dinner. Bye. I know she's not here anymore. Also, yes, sorry, there was a spammer here. So hopefully I didn't bother y'all too much, but I blocked them. Bye, haters. Or spammers, whatever. Love these sprints, even though I didn't read much. I'm spending time with this community. Oh, yay! I always love doing reading sprints. I think it's a great way to connect. So yeah, I'm glad you also like them, Catherine. Even if like you didn't feel like reading today, that's also okay. It's nice to come in, chat about anime or the world or love or whatever. We've had so many random conversations. I feel like every Sunday it's just like an odd chat while we all try and be productive and read at the same time. Specifically, Demi. Oh, wait, did I miss something? I'm sorry. I don't understand. Let's see. Finished Everyone's an Alien When You're an Alien was just a short graphic novel story, and I'm back to reading House Across the Lake. Nice. And did you like the graphic novel. Would you recommend it? See, 59 pages of book love, a cute graphic novel about books and book lovers. Aw, very cute. Let's see, 22 pages of In Home Fire. Okay, so I did manage to read 72 pages throughout all of the sprints. Very happy. I think I am almost halfway through. I'm nearing the halfway point. So I'm definitely going to try and finish this today. I'm going to be vlogging me reading some romance books. Very excited. But let me know, you guys, how much you read today. If you're liking your read, I'd love to know. I'd love to know. I'm so nosy. Let's see. Sorry, it's good what I had said previously. The FMC in the book I'm reading is Demi. It's hinted at and not directly stated. Well, that's still cool. I think it's also interesting when books decide not to like out the character. It depends on how the author handles it, but for the most part, you know, sexuality can be understated. Like not everybody like literally starts every sentence with "I'm Demi, I'm Ace." So it's like nice to also have that representation just be there and be natural. Hopefully that's how it's depicted in the text. Let's see. Yes, it was super cute and very thought-provoking. It was very much like The Giving Tree in simplicity, but deep and cute illustrations available on Hoopla. Nice. Okay, I started a new book, just 8 pages, reading A Label Girl. Nice. Starting a new book. I am kind of wrapping up the reading sprints. I won't be doing any more, sadly. Yeah, I think that was the next question. Sorry. I'm actually wrapping up reading sprints. I'm probably going to be logging off in the next few minutes because I have a meeting at 3:15. And I should probably get more sustenance and things like that. But I will hopefully back next Sunday or the following Sunday. I try and do reading sprints every Sunday. It just depends on if I work or have lots of meetings. So, love these sprints. I can read in peace without pressure of performance. Just pleasure. Thank you for a very chill presence. You're welcome. Thank you. That means a lot. I feel like reading should just definitely, for the most part, be for fun or be for like whatever you want. Like you said, it's chill. You don't have to perform a certain way. You don't have to read certain books or anything. I forget. Normally, I forget if it's Scrolltastic. But like I feel like there's always someone who's like reading a really like serious nonfiction book, and I'm like, that's crazy because I like literally never read nonfiction, but it's also just nice to chill and read together, even if what we're reading varies or what we're doing varies. Like if someone ends up playing video games or watching TV, it's just nice to check in and chat. And hoping to always create a chill environment. That is definitely the goal. The Sunday vibes, if you will. I say thank you for these Sundays. My favorite sprint time, so we'll hope to be in future ones. Yay! Hopefully. Let's see. Oh, I was looking for motivation. Just a quick question. What's your favorite book since I'm new here? I'm sorry you missed out. My bad. But let's see. A new book. Let's think. I would check my Goodreads, but I have not been updating my Goodreads at all this year. I need to go in and check them. A fun YA contemporary that I read recently. Xylan Kai. I actually read this during previous reading sprints. Just such a cute YA contemporary romance. It is honestly giving me like young adult of Open Water in a different way because they have a messy, complicated relationship, and the main male protagonist is dealing with trauma, but he's going to therapy, and the main girl is like, I don't want to date. So I really liked a lot of the elements in that book. I think that's gearing up to be a favorite summer read because it's just so easy, so quick, fun, but like the characters feel real. It's so hard. I feel like I've read a lot of good books this year, but I like can't name one. The stress. Okay, this was fun. First time my chats were acknowledged more than once. Thank you for hosting, Jess. Oh, you're welcome. Of course. Yeah, I'm definitely like I do my best to literally respond to every single comment. Like even if I end up embarrassing myself because I don't know what they're asking about or I like read it wrong. But it's helping me practice my socializing skills. So thank you for chatting and talking with me. It means a lot. It like literally I would not be logging on every other Sunday if y'all weren't chatting too. So I do appreciate it. Ooh, just joining Reading Ship of Magic. I'm so sorry, Hannah, but we are actually logging off in the next minute or so. I'm done doing reading spins for today. I'm so sorry. But hopefully you get a lot of reading done. Hopefully I can catch the next one. Yeah, I'll be back next Sunday or the following Sunday, just depending on when I work. But yeah, if you guys don't have any other questions, I'm going to log off now. So enjoy the rest of your Sunday night, or the rest of your day. Hope it's relaxing. Hope you get either more reading in or TV watching. Eat some good food, Okay, I will see you guys next time. Thank you very much for joining. It means a lot. Bye.